In this video, we're going to be covering the glute medius muscle. It's an important hip muscle. As you can see, we've taken off our sleeve because I don't know which arm you're going to wear it on, so I need you all to be versatile with your arms, because when you go to the other side, it's going to create a problem, okay? So let's start this way here. I'm on his left. I'm going to start with my right, okay? We have to find the landmarks here. It's very important. There's a bony area, sacrum, okay? We've got the sacrum here, and then we've got the iliac crest here. Okay, if you can visualize that. The glute means this muscle's here coming out, all right? We don't want to be on the bones, we don't want to be on the iliac crest, we don't want to be on sacrum, so we're going to use these bony landmarks right here. If you can see the muscle, that's what we're targeting here, okay? So right in this area, so we've got to find the edge of the sacrum, and we need to know where the iliac crest is. Once we do that, I'm going to use my thumb to trace where I'm going. I noticed a lot of people start to slide up when they're going laterally. Make sure you slide down. As we come up, we're going to hit his crest, okay? The meat of the muscle is a little bit more inferior. So again, sacral edge right here. And as you can see too, look at the pad of my thumb. It has to change. I need to be perpendicular with the tissue. If I keep it here, I'm losing my pressure on it, okay? It needs to be here, in, as I come down. If you can see my elbow position, I'm at 90 with my hand out, away from his body, and I'm just sliding laterally down toward the table and slightly back towards his feet, or inferior. If I don't go a little inferior, I'm gonna hit his iliac crest. Okay, we're gonna move slowly through this. The contour is important, I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so I'm going to need you guys to be versatile with your arms. Okay. So then I want you to flip around this way. Same position. We're at 90 here. My hand's still out. I'm just facing his feet instead of his head. But the same idea. Okay, be comfortable with both arms because there's two sides to a body. Okay, Jacob? Okay. The other important thing is there's a contour in the muscle here, right? We need to keep our pressure perpendicular, okay? So it's perpendicular here, but if we slide out, it's not perpendicular anymore. Our pressure has to come in here, so we have to change our body position. We're pushing into the tissue.
Sure, so we're trying to maintain our line of drive.
Correct.
With the contour of the
perpendicular line of drive.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let's start with your right.
Okay. So landmarking.
Yep.
Off the sacrum and the iliac crest. Once I fall off those bony landmarks.
Yep.
I know I'm in position.
And I want you to bring your arm in there.
Gotcha.
Very good. Now you see, I'm just going to interject here. He's pushing down this way. Okay, as he slides laterally, he's got to start pushing in as opposed to down straight to the table. Okay? Again, you want to be perpendicular to the tissue fibers you're on. Okay, just make sure you don't creep up. Everybody wants to creep up. Perfect, looks great. It's a little bit sensitive. As you move lateral, the tissues of the glute med will bunch up. There's also a nerve there, your superior gluteal nerve. So just be patient with the tissues. Right when you get here, be patient. You're also going downhill, so you have a tendency to move too quickly, so control your stroke. Okay, that's great. Well, let's switch hands.
Same thing, landmarking.
Good. Establish your pressure right when you fall off that sacrum. That's great.
Okay.
It looks good.
For this technique here, do I have to emphasize a palm down contact as well?
You definitely want to be fleshier. You want to be a fleshier forearm contact, which means palm down. If you want to get more bony, you can put it up. Okay, the glute medius muscles are postural muscles as well. When your foot hits the ground, the glute med will contract on that side to stabilize your hip. If not, you're going to have a very wiggly walk. Okay, so glute meds are also fatigued all the time. They're overused and tired postural muscles, so they need to be released and cleaned up. It's very important to the health of the low back as well. Okay, when these glute meds get tight, they pull on the low back. We just showed you how to work the glute med without the heat sleeve, because I wanted you guys to be flexible with your arms, because when you go to the other side, depending on what sleeve, it's going to get confusing. So here we are with our sleeve now. We're gonna heat the tissue like we've been doing. I just checked temperature. Okay, elbow to wrist, wrist to elbow, either way, but you need to go through the whole surface of the heating element. Get that tissue heated up. Don't miss this area here, the contour.
As well as the whole surface of the tissue itself.
Correct, as well as the whole surface of the tissue, that's correct. Okay, now my left arm's free, so I have to be in this position. On the other side of the table, it's gonna change. I'm gonna be the other way. Okay? Again, the contour, I need to start shifting. I can't emphasize this enough. And you gotta push in, okay? Jacob's got his on his left, so he's gonna be a little bit different. Slow, just a little bit, Jacob. As you go downhill, you have a tendency to move too fast. We need to control the downhill speed.
Gotcha.
That's great.
How's that speed?
It looks great. And again, as you move to the outside of this hip, the tissues bunch up and get very sensitive. Women can have even more sensitive hips, so just be aware of that. You may have to back off a little bit as you're moving down.
I can feel the density changing.
It starts to bunch, the fibers bunch up as you're coming down. Superior gluteal nerve, be aware of that as well. I'm going to point out superficial nerves when we're working, you guys, so that we're not irritating any nerves, okay? You've got a glute nerve here. It comes down around here, so when you're coming on the contour, be aware of that.